Hi everyone, and welcome back to more Dragon Quest Builders. Yay! Let's see if we remember what we were working on. We're getting there with the castle. I had to immediately notice that I had to take the roof off of this garden because somebody got stuck there. So maybe I can put something back now and nobody will go sit on it. But last time we were working on building the castle back up, and we gotta go find the sages. We found 2 of the 3 sages, and they turned out to be Rollo and El from Cantlin and Rimildar, respectively. And they believe in us. They believe that we're gonna defeat the Dragon Lord. But everybody here in Tantegel says we can't do it because we're not the hero. So, got a little push-pull going on there. And we need to find a way to build the Rainbow Drop and the armor that the hero will use. I'm trying to build a freaking kitchen that will keep our hunger from dropping, but we're missing decorative food. So I can't do that. So I think we have one more sage to go get. Plus... Oh yeah. I set the... what are they called? The Naviglobes down. I'll take Goof off. I'll take it. There are worse things. Hey Zero, how are you? How has your week been? Let's put that away. Put all of this away. There we go. Got some space. We have no food though? We do have food. Okay. So, sages. I guess let's go do that. Interesting. I don't remember there being anything else over here. Oh, right, the big... I thought that was locked, though. It really is. Oh, no, we haven't been up here. I put an orb down, though, because... Wow. Where? What monsters? Oh, these ones. Oh, it's Barbella. Wow! Ah! Oi, you there. You gotta help me. I just can't cope with all these staring eyeballs and wriggling tentacles. There's a magic cannon over there pointing at these horrible monsters and blow their blinking blocks off. Trying. He's dead. Boop. Oop, hi. You want to come to me? That's fine by me. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, did he just die? I'll take that too. Huh. How come sometimes it takes 3 hits and sometimes it takes no hits? Oh yes, it's true. There was big Dragon Quest related news. We finally have a release date for the DQ3 DQ3 2D HD remake. And it's later this year. Yay! Big news. And they announced DQ1 and 2 HD remakes. So, yay again. But those come out next year. Get in, lass. You got them lunatics a proper whopping. Not too shabby if I do say so. Monarch, is that you? What the blinking heck are you doing here? Huh? Rubus sent you to search for the 3 holy sages and now you found one? Ha ha ha! What a load of cobblers. What kind of holy sage have a mug like mine? Actually, don't answer that. Truth is, I was looking for you and all. I got a present for you. Or at least I did, before them rotten lunatics showed up and their mates nicked it off me. They're over in that tower. What do you say we go and snatch it back off them? Okie doke. Once we've got the Sunstone back, we can take it over to that castle of yours. And it ain't half good to see you again, Monarch. Now let's go crack some skulls together, just like old times. Okie doke. I'm not stepping on that. Nice try. Yeah, that's what I thought. Actually. Doing it. Oh, they broke. Get him. Get him. Got him. A familiar light shines from the monster's scattered remains. Woohoo! I am gonna take all of this, though. Oh, that the one carpet is forbidden. Okay. So, unfortunately, the Dragon Quest III remake does not is not going to be on PC, so I can't really play it on stream. All right, yeah. So we can't break Fortress Stone in this one. It's all right. Not on PC yet, yes, but I'll still have to buy it again. We did it. Core blimey, this place is blinking gorgeous. Right then, where's the baths? Oh, no baths, eh? What a shame. After walking all the way from Cole, I'm stickier than a long, thin brown twig. So, Monarch, it's nearly time for you to take on the Dragon Lord, isn't it? Ever since I first met you back in Cole, I knew this moment would come. That's why I had the boys dig through all the blocks in Galileo's library to try and figure out something for you. The secret of making the Sword of Kings. It's the most famous treasure of Cole, and just the thing you'll need to lop the Dragon Lord's block off. I'll give you the lowdown in a bit, but first of all, I've got to get some rest. My feet are killing me. Oh yeah, I nearly forgot. I've got a present for you. It's the fruits of our labors, the ultimate weapon and all. Hey, we got 2 of those now. That helps. Nice. Okay. I'm wondering if I need to... Oh no, they were okay in here. So this guy's done. Huzzah, for Lady Monarch, thou hast done thy duty and rescued the Holy Sage. Aha, so this is Lady Barbella, the ferocious flower of coal. I must admit, I did not expect the Holy Sage to be quite so muscle-bound, not to mention rambunctious. Thou sayest Lady Barbella is an inventor of far renown, and that she and thee did join forces to develop many an esoteric armament? My, how appearances can deceive. I had thought her to be made of naught but muscle, but it seemeth Barbella doth bulge with brains. Speaking of deceptive appearances, tell me, Monarch, the Dragon Lord may be the king of all monsters, but what manner of monster is he, truly? Wherefore did he seal away mankind's powers of creation? 'Tis sooth that the curse he did place upon us reduced us to a weak and piteous state. But if our downfall was his eventual aim, then why did he take such a circuitous route to achieve it? If I were he, I would have destroyed humankind in a single decisive stroke. Aha, I've said too much. And yet, I cannot help but feel that there is something more to the Dragon Lord's scheme than evil and evil alone. Though his deeds do appear truly monstrous, could it be that his reasoning was somewhat sound? Hey, that sounds an awful lot like trader talk, bud. Okay, so Princess is happy now. Monarch, my hero, thou hast returned to the three holy sages. All three are friends of thine, are they not? I sense mighty bonds of fellowship between you. Almighty Rubus, in her infinite wisdom, did send the sages here to bring thee three sacred artifacts, the artifacts by which thou mightest reconstruct the ancient altar and thus the rainbow drop. By vouchsafing their safe arrival, thou hast brought thy sacred duty to prepare for the Dragon Lord's downfall one step closer to completion. Monarch, I have been thinking upon this sacred duty of yours as of late. The great goddess did reveal to me that thou art not the hero who is destined to slay the Dragon Lord. Here we go. And yet, I cannot help but feel that, with the powers thou wieldest, thou art abundantly big enough to achieve just that. Indeed, 'twould seem that all thy friends are certain the Dragon Lord's destruction will come at thy hand. However, Merlin the Seer doth insist that each and every one of us hath a predetermined path in life, and 'tis not our place to go against the heaven-sent guidance of the goddess. Verily, there is truth in his words. Monarch, I thank thee for delivering the three holy sages from their plights. For now, at least, let us concentrate our efforts on rebuilding this castle and making it ready for the day of the Dragon Lord's destruction. Okay. Take that, thank you. Ooh, we got tons of quests. Nice. Holy cow, 4 quests? Jeez, okay. Oh, Monarch, it's wonderful to be living alongside you again. It feels like a dream. Though it may not feel that way for you. After all, you have an incredibly important mission to fulfill, nothing less than defeating the Dragon Lord. I'm sure there will be times when you feel terribly tired, both in your body and in your soul. When those times come, I'll do everything I can to ease your pain. But first of all, I want you to do something for me. No, for everyone. Don't you think it'd be ever so helpful if we had a special room in this castle to rest and recuperate, not just physically, but spiritually too? Back in Rimildar, I saw many sights that were so utterly awful that they made my eyes spin and my stomach turn. Whenever I thought things couldn't get any worse, I took strength from my faith and gathered the will to persevere on my mission. Everyone's fighting so hard to protect this place. If we had a room set aside where they could find a little peace, I think it would help them in the same way. She's doing it. Everybody else is frozen. Here, Monarch, I've drawn a picture of the kind of thing I'm thinking of. I'd be ever so grateful if you could build it for me. As for the statue of the goddess that I've drawn in the blueprint, I've thought long and hard about how you could go about building it. I wouldn't presume to tell the builder how to do her own job, but if you'd bear with me for just a moment. Oh, was she? Holy hostile blueprint! Nice. Okay. How big can this be? Can this fit up here? That's the question. Not. That's a big room, dang. Okay, why don't we put that... Let's see if we can put it like here, maybe? Alright, so let's put these somewhere else. There. There. Alright, what do we need, folks? Oops. Castle blocks, castle wall, brick barbecue. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay. Oh, so I need to pick this up and move it one more in. There we go. Okay. Yep, we need stone. Okay. Alright, weren't we supposed to dig some of these guys up? Excuse you. We need to dig one of these up to be able to make bronze temple tile. Okay. Okay. Looks like our trees are fully grown too, so we have some more wood to harvest. Yep. Excuse you. Nah, I'm good. I don't need to fight you. It's very strange that we don't get the nighttime castle music. Maybe we need to be the next level first. Alright, anything else we need from here? Doesn't look like it. Okay, we have tons of those now. Don't think we need that. Actually, let's just repurpose the ones that are in that other room. Same from upstairs. Same from upstairs. Okay, cool. Wake up, everybody. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. I'm busy, which means y'all are busy. Oh, close, close, okay. Close. Okay. Alright, so that should be everything but the goddess statue? What did we need for that? Oh, let you do it over here. Yep. Bam. Okay. Oh, I still ended up with too many beds. Oh well. We need the chest and the pots, okay? Where are they? Ah, other side. Enemy sighted. Did it. Alright, chest. Where did that go? Hopefully this means we don't have hunger issues anymore. Nice. It sure does. Cool. So, I think I want to do temple tile in there. We need magic dye for that. Excuse y'all, I'm busy. Okay. Sorry, slimes. Okay. Oh, we had some temple left over. My stone! Goddess be praised, it is even more beautiful than I imagined it. Thank you, Monarch. Now the people of Tantegel have a sanctuary from all this danger and darkness. Speaking of darkness, there's something I've been meaning to ask you about. I've heard a rumor about the young warrior who set out from Tantegel long ago to fight the Dragon Lord, the hated king of the monsters. The story goes that the Dragon Lord asked the warrior to join him in return for half the world, and the warrior answered yes. And that's how this bleak and benighted world came into existence. What I don't understand, Monarch, is why the warrior would agree to the Dragon Lord's offer. They say he was a scion of a legendary hero. Had he only seen out his mission till the end, he would have become a great hero himself. And yet he chose to turn his back on that goodness and that glory and accept the offer of the great deceiver himself. Did he truly believe that the Dragon Lord would part with half the world so easily? The poor fool, though he committed a great sin when he went against the goddess's guidance, I'm sure he had his reasons. If that warrior were still alive today, I'd be ever so keen to meet him. Perhaps I could convince him to return to the righteous path. Oh, I nearly forgot. My grandfather asked me to give you this. It's his secret recipe for a medicine with miraculous healing properties. You might very well need it if you're going to fight the Dragon Lord yourself. That's a ruby, thank you. Okay. Ah, Yggdrasil essence. Nice. Okay. So... Oopsies. Alright, everybody. I guess I'll just do this then. Hey, Rail. How are you today? Oops. Didn't mean to break that one. Yeah. Oh, actually... Well, I can make more. Yes, please make food for me. I need that. How did Blue go yesterday? Not too much. Well, I was gonna stop by, and I checked on my phone and it was like, yeah, Railtail streaming. And then when I came by on my computer, it was like, no, he's not. Psych. So I must have just missed you. Ah, screw it, let's just do it. Your robot is mostly built. Oh, I see. We're gonna need more of this stuff. We don't have any more stone. Are you serious? I wonder... if we do this then. Oh, nice. Engineering. Oh, we still don't have enough. Oh, maybe they build it for us though. That would be very useful. Yeah, we need stone. Okay. Always need stone. Nah, that's better than Minecraft, bud. Because it has a direction to go in. And it's Dragon Quest. Nice. I feel like the second one's very different from the first one, because I got the first one, and a buddy of mine got it, and we tried to play the multiplayer, and it just was not having, like, any part of us doing that, but... it seemed fun, but like I said, the second one looks very different. Oh, we need to replace this door. Nice. At least they figured out how to make their multiplayer work then. There we go. should be everything, right? Yes. Good stuff. Have y'all succeeded in building anything yet? No. Sad. Okay. Oh. The most important step. Because we can't trust these heathens with anything. Oh, really? Don't be like that. Oh, we have a bunch of wood. Nice. Alright. What do you want, sir? Ah, Monarch. Though this may not be the ideal time for it, I have an urgent matter to discuss with thee regarding the princess. As well thou knowest, the princess is a kind and gentle creature, who will happily break bread with even the lowliest subject. But what of her sleeping quarters? 'Tis hardly fitting that her majesty should be forced to sleep with such ignoble surroundings, wherefore I prithee build her a bedroom fit for her station. Naturally the princess knows not of this request. She is far too humble to demand aught for herself, especially in such dire times as these. And yet I must, for it is my sacred duty as a knight of Tantegel to ensure my princess's comfort and security. If I find a way to play it on PC, I definitely will. I ordered the collection edition, or the collector's edition of 3, but I got it for Switch, so I can't, and my Switch doesn't stream, because it's a Switch Lite. But I already did play 1, 2, and 3 on stream earlier, and those are on YouTube. So, the original ones you can watch until we get to that river. As for the chamber's location, I deem that far corner the safest spot. I bid thee decorate the room in a manner fit for a princess, with flowers and a candelabrum in a chic chair, not to mention a lady sign to mark the room as hers, and a 4-poster bed of such opulence as befitteth her nobility. No, they weren't. I did the Game Boy Color versions of them, because those are the versions that I grew up with, and I find the, I guess, simplified translations of those ones to be easier to deal with than the accentified SNES versions. I mean, we have a real Switch. Corey has one, but I don't have a great capture card set up for that, so. Alright, let's build a big bed. Princess-sized bed. Let's see, are we actually hungry? Let's see. Nice, we are not. Alright, what kind of... I think this is going to be carpet, right? Like, you gotta put carpet in the royal bedroom. There we go. Boop. 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 Is there anything in here? No, good. I got everything out of there. That's alright. It's gonna get moved anyway. So let's do this, this, and this. Nope. Your favorite. Okay. Yeah, the new Zelda game looks very interesting conceptually. I wish they had chosen a different art style, because it seems like it's that Link's Awakening remake style, which doesn't do much for me. But I am glad that game exists, because I think it's about time you finally get to play as Zelda in a The Legend of Zelda game. And it looks like an interesting set of gameplay mechanics. So, yeah, hopefully that turns out really cool. Now, we already have some candelabrum. We don't need that. I need shot silk. Okay. We're going to need 2 shot silks. Oh, right, and we need flowers. Can we make... Okay. No, nor have I. Corey played Breath of the Wild, but and we have the new one, Tears of the Kingdom, but we have not started that one yet. What am I looking for? I want the castle, this stuff. Thank you. I mean, honestly, the stamina bar is not my problem with Breath of the Wild. It is 100% the weapon durability thing. I don't ever want to feel like I shouldn't use my weapons because I might need them later. And I know there's tons of people who say that that's like not really an issue and it's not a big deal, but come on. Alright, let's go find some shot silk. Yes, I realize I could be doing this more efficiently by talking to everybody, but I feel like doing this one-on-one. And I'm playing, so... yeah. Get some more stone. We always need it. That's the whole point of opinions. You can't argue with them. Hi, Nickel. Try to get some more of these. Alright, we need one more. Just saying. Really? No more? No more guides? We got goopers. We got Drackles. Huh. Alright, I guess there aren't any. Sad. Alright, did that, build this. And so then it needs flowers. Not really a good one. I wonder if maybe we can put them on the table. Oh, I was like, why can't I move? Nope. There we go. Ah. We did it. He's mad again. There we go. He walked away. Fine work, Monarch. Verily, thou hast built a bedroom fit for a princess, and I am sure her majesty will be as pleased as I am. 'Tis beyond a doubt that thou art the carpenter, nay, the builder of legend. Now that I think upon it, Monarch, thou art a most peculiar lady. I have heard many a rumor about thee. For instance, 'tis said thou growest no stronger, no matter how many enemies thou defeatest. That thou can see ghosts and speak with monsters, that thou art entirely lacking in manners and bodily warmth and pecs. And yet, the thing that I find most peculiar about thee is that thou speakest to me in my sleep. Never before have I met anyone so insensible as to address someone while they are sleeping. And yet the moment I hear thy voice, I cannot help but leap to my feet. Monarch, art thou truly a normal human, or... By the goddess, can it be true? Art thou in fact a figment of mine imagination, that only I can see and hear? Eek, plague me no more, foul spectre. Oh, and thanks for building the bedroom. Hey, that's useful. Okie doke. Oh, right, we need to make this the princess's room. Alrighty, let's see what Barbella wants. Whatcha, Monarch? You ready to give that Dragon Lord a proper walloping? Ah, sorry. Of course you ain't. I ain't told you how to make the legendary sword yet, have I? Alright, here goes. I'll show you how to go about forging the Sword of Kings. There's an old legend doing the rounds back in Cole, saying the sword was first forged there hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So as soon as you set off for Tantegel, we started going through all Galileo's old books to see if we could work out how the thing was put together in the first place. Excalibur, exactly. And we finally did it. So here, follow these instructions and get that Sword of Kings rebuilt, and use it to lop off the Rotter's block. I'm gonna fill this room in here too. Okay, let's see. So we need this, these, some of these, those. So sad. Okay. Nope. Oh, I guess while we're here we can see what we need for it. Oh, we just need some magic dye? Heck yeah. Do that. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Oh, I left stuff. Yeah. Weird. Okay. Hopefully that tides us over for a little bit. We'll use 3 up, but we had some left over. What ho, monsters? Monsters? Got him. Oh, maybe this can be our teleportarium. What is this? Buttermilk? Oh man, that's something. I would never want to drink buttermilk because it is so gross when it's by itself, but you know, whatever. Oh look, the legendary sword works for me. Blimey, O'Reilly, that's the Sword of Kings, alright. Nice one, Monarch. You're one step closer to taking down the Dragon Lord. Oh, and while we're on the subject of fighting the good fight, do you mind if I give that old codger Merlin and his 2 stupid knights a punch up their bracket? Those stuck-up snobs keep calling you the Carpenter and saying that it ain't your proper place to take down the Dragon Lord. Who gives a flying plumberry about whose place it is? Who do they think they are, telling everyone what they can and can't do? The only person who gets to do that is you. I've never got on well with this talk of oracles and divine messengers and all that rubbish. I'll give it to you straight, Monarch. I didn't come here because some poxy goddess sent me. I came here to give you the Sunstone and teach you how to forge the Sword of Kings, and that's that. Those posh prats got me all riled up. It's times like these I could really do with a nice hot bath. As soon as the Dragon Lord's done with this and this world's at peace again, you can come back with me to Cole, and we can both have a good long soak. Baird, Cecile, and the rest of the boys are waiting for you. If you're lucky, maybe even Galileo will show his smug old mug again. Boo-loo. How did that guy get up there? How did you get up there? What? You get down this instant. It's unacceptable. Rude. Alright, so actually let's knock this out one more. Tile. I guess we should just do dirt, huh? God, we weren't even outside that long and our hunger already went down by half. Annoying. Nice. Okay. Just need one more of those. There we go. A nice little room that we can do something with later, maybe. How do I feel about that? I think I hate it. Okay. Should we bring that out? Oops. Oops. Oh, well. Huzzah, thou hast assembled the 3 holy sages. And all 3 are friends of thine, are they not? That Rollo character's nostrils whistle something monstrous. 'Tis enough to make one think a gale did rage within the castle walls. Sister L is versed in the ways of healing, is she not? Mayhap she could find the cause of his lamentable affliction. Nah, that's just the way he is. Or do we come out one more? Okay. Wake up! This castle of yours is coming along splendidly. At this rate, it may soon even put Cantlin to shame. But enough small talk. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but delivering the ancient emblem wasn't my only reason for coming here. I also have to teach you how to forge the fabled armor that you'll need to wear when you face the Dragon Lord. When the great goddess appeared to me and told me that I had to help you prepare for the day of the Dragon Lord's downfall, I remembered something. There was a chapter in the Cantlin Chronicle that described a long-lost suit of armor. It told how the great blacksmith, Magog, forged it for the hero of legend to wear when he faced the Dragon Lord many eons ago. Heh heh. Do you remember that name, Monarch? Indeed, the legendary suit of armor was created by none other than the ancestor of our good friend Magnus. I asked Magnus if he had any inkling of where the armor might be found, a secret family stash maybe. Sadly, no, he told me that the armor went missing long ago, but if I were to tell you what he knew of its construction, you'd be able to rebuild it. Listen closely, Monarch, and I'll tell you everything that Magnus told me. Use this knowledge to rebuild the armor and defeat the Dragon Lord. Auroral armor. Oh, it makes you immune to lava. Take that. Zenithium, we don't have that yet. And finest fur. That comes from the bunnicorns that are through the portal. So we need to... I'm not sure where we're going to get Zenithium. Can we build wrecking balls? We can. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and save while we're here. Just take that buttermilk too. Oh, nice. Take that and that. Okay. I guess let's sleep and then we can go next. Alright. Isn't one of these empty? This one's still an empty room, yeah. That's the treasury. Have they built anything for this? They built gold! Okay. I guess let's try over here. We didn't fully explore the marsh because I was getting a little frustrated with it last time. I think this is all just going to be normal stuff, but yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Had to check. Oh, there is something over here. Okay. Anything fun down here? Aha! Boop. Oh, we need a little bit more. Boop. Boop. I think 4 was enough. Oh, we have 5. Nice. Should be able to check. Let's see. Finest fur. Okay. Well, you can do that. Okay, that's where we found L. Any reason to run around up here? Okay, you get some sleep. Hopefully you'll wake up without a headache. That's alright. Okay, I don't see anything cool up here. Can't get over to that one yet. Oh, no, that's the place where we started. Okay. Alright, so we just need that finest fur. Blankies. One of these days I'll get around to doing my animated emotes. One of these days. Oh, there's another... Sounds kind of hidden. Ah, it's just another Zenithium vein. I think I'll hang on to my Wrecking Balls. Nice. And that'll do it. Go. Nice. Excellent work, my friend. By my towering cheekbones, you've rebuilt the auroral armor. Can I try it on, Monarch? I've always wondered what I'd look like if I were a hero. What? You'd never be able to get the stink out? Honestly, Monarch, you haven't changed since the very first moment I met you. Whatever pops into your mind flies straight out of your mouth. You'd think a servant of the goddess would be a little more prudent with their words, particularly when dealing with sensitive souls. I don't know whether to put it down to mere naivety or something else. But never mind. I like it that when you speak your mind to me, Monarch. Oh, I like it that you can speak your mind to me. It shows what great friends we are. Blah ha 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 ha. Them cheeks. Towering cheeks. By the way, Monarch, why does that old fool Merlin always act like he knows better than anyone else? He even went so far as to say that you aren't the one who's going to defeat the Dragon Lord. But you're the only one in the whole wide world who could possibly do it. Even I know that. So whatever you do, Monarch, don't listen to that silly old man. I want to see this world bathed in light again. I know that Pippa and LaRouche and everyone back in Cantlin are all eagerly awaiting the day that Alethgard knows true peace once more. Oh, and one more thing. You've rebuilt the auroral armor, but don't you think it's lacking a little on its own? Wouldn't a great big shield be just the thing to really set the ensemble off? Have a think about it and see what you can come up with. Alright, as long as it takes 2 or fewer Zenithium chunks. Hey, perfect. Donk. Donk. Ding. Woohoo. Nice. Okay, so... how much castle floor do we have? Just go ahead and try to fix this up. One more. Alright, not bad. We're pretty close. Woohoo. Food for me? What is this? Fried frog. I'll take that. Okay. Alright, what do you want from me? Well met, Monarch. 'Twould seem thy preparations for the Dragon Lord's downfall are nigh complete. Thou hast gathered together the ancient emblem, the Staff of Rain, and the Sunstone. With these three artifacts, thou canst reconstruct the long-lost ancient altar. 'Tis only by the power of this altar that the sacred rainbow drop might be rebuilt, and the path to the Dragon Lord's Isle of Evil be opened once more. Thou hast also forged the Swords of Kings and the Auroral Armor, the legendary arms of the true hero of Alfgard. Whenever such a hero should appear in this world, these arms will serve him well in his battle against the Dragon Lord. There is but one duty that remaineth, before the role allotted unto thee by Almighty Rubus is finally fulfilled. Thou must needs recover the crystal from which the rainbow drop is to be fashioned, and offer it up to the ancient altar. Long have I labored to divine how thou wilt obtain the sacred crystal, and at last the secret hath revealed itself unto me. I have seen how thou wilt craft the ultimate key that will open the doors of darkness behind which the crystal is hidden. And there I have seen the ultimate enemy that doth await thee there. Monarch, my girl, before thou departest to beard this mighty foe and fulfill thy destiny, what sayest thou to making the castle of Tantegel even more splendid than it already is? When thy role as the builder of Alfgard is complete, thy powers will surely wane. 'Tis meet to make the most of them while thou still canst. The reconstruction of Tantegel is a momentous task indeed, and yet I warrant that the town's revival may already be assured. Ah yes, 'tis just as I did foresee it, verily, thy building talents know no bounds. Monarch, my girl, I congratulate thee. Thou hast trodden a long and treacherous path to reach this point. In all of the divers realms of Alfgard, Cantlin, Rimildar, Kol, and Galenholm, thou didst overcome nigh unscalable obstacles to achieve their salvation. In the beginning thou wert sore abashed to have the sacred duty thrust upon thee, and didst attempt to rebel against thy fate, didst thou not? But now the time for resistance is over. Soon thy sacred duty will be complete, and this weighty burden lifted from thy shoulders. Oh, my dearest monarch, when thou hast done Alfgard proud, a gulp. It is very nearly time for thee to embark upon thy final adventure. Okay. Monarch, my girl, I commend thee to have made it this far. Thou hast assembled the sacred artifacts required to build the ancient altar, and rebuilt the long-lost arms by which the Dragon Lord might be matched. Though it cannot be said that Tantegel is yet restored the way it once was, the foundations for its eventual revival are nigh unshakable.
So long as we men and women of Tantegel have the holy water that thou didst create, and the strength of will to follow in thy footsteps, 'tis but a matter of time before the town and the castle are restored to their former glory. The moment that thou dost fulfill thy final duty to rebuild the Rainbow Drop, by which the Dragon Lord's evil might be reached, 'twill be fair to say that, in the greater part at least, the world will be returned to the state it was in afore this dread darkness was unleashed upon us. And with that, Alefgard's revival will be assured. Why such clouded brows, my girl? Ah, I see. Thou art so overcome with emotion to hear such happy news, thou knowest not how to react. Come, monarch, where thought alone will not provide the answers we seek, let us instead rely on action. The Rainbow Drop must be rebuilt. As I have told thee many times before, the crystal from which the Rainbow Drop must be crafted is hid away in the blackest pit of this cursed land, a recess darker and danker than any other. And what is more, it is guarded by the source of the darkness itself, who is not like to part with it by any other means than by force of arms. Monarch, my girl, the monster who doth lurk in this deep, dank darkness will be thy final foe. I know not what manner of fiend he is, but for the sake of all that is good and holy, I bid thee put him to the sword. The doors to the darkness wherein he sleeps are unlocked by the ultimate key, of which I have already recovered one part, the keystone. To obtain the elusive Flotocopper, I bid thee fell the trolls that dwell beyond the red teleportal. Once you have gathered the materials to construct the key, venture into the lair of thine ultimate enemy, defeat him, and all that thou requirest to rebuild the Rainbow Drop shall be thine. Okay. Okay, first, what I'm going to do is try to fix the rest of the walls here. Alright. We don't have those, though, is the problem. Okay, so that's all just castle brick. Oop. I don't know where we're going to get the crenellations. How are they getting up there? Did they take the very brief moment that I put that... Unacceptable. Are y'all doing it this way? Is that what's going on? Alright. You lost your privileges.
Who? Who dares? Oops, too many. Boop. All right. Okay, that should be everything we have to do from up there. Sad. I knew I was going to do that. Oh well. Got plenty. Yeah, I figured. Okay. We did it. Castle walls largely rebuilt. So we're missing the crenellation blocks, but there's not really much we can do about that. Or the battlements, or whatever you want to call them. So now we have to go beat up some boss trolls. Did y'all make me any more food? You did, thank you. You suck. Donk. Super dead. I think I need 3 pieces of it. Two. I thought there was one over here. Lame. Well, that was a big mistake for the slime. Get up out of here. Dagger on bones. Do we have the recipe then for the key? We do, okay. Oh, it only takes 1. Motorcycle stab, exactly. It's actually a tricycle. It's got 3 wheels. Please respect the Bashmobile. Hi, Nixie. Dog in the chair. I think that's here? No. You're excused. No, it's at the stupid altar. Okay, I did it. 'Tis a passe part forged from Flotocopper, a magic metal of the shape-shifting properties of the fiendish Photocopier. What little of the alloy that remaineth in Tantigo hath long since been collected by the covetous trolls who dwell in the beyond the red teleportal. So go, use it, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, so now we just need to go find all of the locked doors. Don't mind the lava. What? Does this not have a locked door? There it is. No?
Huh. Okay. Does this one have a locked door? Does not. Interesting. Oh, there's a lithium over here. So let's go ahead and retrieve this since we don't need that anymore. The doors of darkness! The world is mine! It's all mine! Huh? Who goes there? How darest thou disturb my solitude? I am the king of all of Alefgard. The penalty for thine insolence is death. The King of Darkness. Oh, he's got a lot of HP. We'll just do this then. You didn't account for the Bashmobile. Oh, what's he doing? Nothing. Because we have iframes. Yeah, you know. I do like the hood cape thing, though. It's kind of fun. Oh, he actually hit me for 15 damage. Wah! Take this. Monarch opens the treasure chest by smashing it. What luck, the prismatic crystal. Monarch, my child, you have done well. He who was swallowed by the darkness has been vanquished, and all that is required to craft the rainbow drop has been reclaimed. All that remains is to rebuild the ancient altar, and the path to the Dragon Lord's lair shall be opened once more. It is just as Merlin says, the world will soon be returned to the way it was before that disastrous decision was made. When that is done, your role will be at an end. Monarch, my child, I am so proud of you. Well, yes, Tantegel will remain shrouded in darkness, and its people at the mercy of the monsters. That much is true. However, only the defeat of the Dragon Lord himself can lift the curse he has inflicted upon the land. I'm sorry, Monarch, but you are not a hero. It is not your place to fight against him. Then how will Tantegel ever again see the light of day? Someday, a new hero will appear, a scion of the bloodline of Erdrick, who will lay the Dragon Lord low once and for all. If ever was your role, Monarch, to set the stage... it ever was your role to set the stage for this hero's arrival. To rebuild the castle of Tantegel, from which he will strike at the heart of the beast. To craft the armor with which he will resist the Dragon Lord's onslaught, and the weapon with which he will smite the monster down. To restore this benighted land the way it was before that fateful choice was made. I thank you, Monarch, from the bottom of my heart. The stage is almost set for the hero's arrival. All that remains is to await the coming of the Scion of Erdrick, and the Dragon Lord's long-destined destruction. How long will we have to wait? I do not know. Perhaps a year, perhaps 100, but the day will surely come. Do not be dismayed, my child. As the builder of Alefgard, your duty is almost over. Restore the ancient altar and rebuild the Rainbow Drop. And know always, Monarch, that I do watch over you. Getting a little snippy there, eh, Goddess? Did it.
Okay, I just want to make sure he doesn't get stuck. Can y'all, like, get out of the garden, please? I'm just going to look up the recipes for our rooms. What can we make with... Where's the thing? Interesting. So the forge doesn't actually have any recipes associated with it. The workstation does. This one. So we need a chest, a leather sack, a shop sign, and a fancy light source. So we have most of those things. Let's see. Put that away, put that away, put that away. Let's see. Chest. Leather sack. Fancy light source. We'll need a sign. Actually. Almost out of iron, jeez. That's too big. Oh, okay. That'll work. It'll be a little cramped, but we'll get this done. Nope. Okay, so now we just need the sign and door. gets that out of the way. That's built now. So again, not glamorous, but it is done. What does this take? This takes scare root. No idea how to get that. Banishes curses. Don't know what that's about. Nope, I need those. Thank you. Okay. Am I supposed to build an altar of some sort? Oh, right. He was busy. Wake up, old man. By the goddess, thou hast retrieved the prismatic crystal and returned unscathed. Tell me, my girl, what horrors didst thou witness within that darkness? What manner of foul fiend did inflict this curse upon our world? What in the... Monarch, thy face has fallen through the very floor. Why grievest thou so, when thy sacred duty is at last at an end? Thou didst defeat the source of the curse that afflicts these Moors, didst thou not? Then thy work is done. 'Tis but a matter of time before the curse is lifted from the land and Tanticle blossoms into life once more. And if we continue to scatter thy holy water upon the ashen earth, 'twill be done all the sooner. What? Thou wouldst would have me see into the future and divine when the Scion of Erdrick will come to defeat the Dragon Lord? What insolence! A soothsayer doth not take requests. And even if I did, the time of the hero's coming is beyond the knowledge of Rubus herself, in all of her infinite wisdom. The vision of even so long-sighted a seer as I stretcheth not that far. It could be 10 years, or 50, or even 100. What? Thou sayest that if that were the case, then thou and thy friends would not live to see true peace? That all those who have aided thee in rebuilding this world would pass it to the hereafter before they did see their work completed? Well, yes, that very well may be true. But Monarch, my girl, thou failst to see the forest for the trees. Even if our lives were to end ere the coming of the hero, then our children, or our children's children, or our children's children's children's... Come, let us not dwell on the future. For the present, I demand that thou speak with the princess and complete thy duty. Nope. Second dog. Dog number 2. Before we do all that, we have to go back through the original portal and get the last slime memory. Might need one of these. Okay. Excuse you. Okay, where there he is. Slurp. Hello, human. Have you come up here to see the view, too? Apparently this world oozed to be really pretty, but it's not anymore. I've never seen anything pretty before. Have you, human? Is this pretty? Slurp. Goo-wee. The petals are so white, and the leaves are so green. This flower is really, really pretty. I can only imagine how pretty the world oozed to look like when it was covered in them. Nice. Alright, so we have 3 of those now. Don't remember what they do. Take that. Debating if I want that fountain. I think it's fine. Excuse you. Okay, let's put these away. We now have 3 of those. Don't know what we're gonna do with them. Monarch, Rubus and Merlin have told me all thou hast achieved. They say that thou hast only to combine the ancient emblem, the Staff of Rain, and the Sunstone to rebuild the ancient altar, and upon that altar recreate the long-lost Rainbow Drop. When that is done, thy role as the builder of Alefgard will at last be fulfilled. Monarch, I know not what fate has in store for us. If the prophecy holdeth true, then the Dragon Lord will one day be defeated, and all will be well. And yet, in my girlish heart I long to gaze at the boundless blue sky, to feel the soothing rain upon my face and the gentle breezes through my hair. Mayhap 'tis mere selfishness on my part, the pampered princess within me speaking. Forgive me, as the heir to the throne of Alefgard, I needs must put my kingdom before myself. Monarch, the role allotted to thee by Almighty Rubus is very nearly fulfilled. I bid thee follow the great goddess's guidance and rebuild the ancient altar. Upon that altar craft the Rainbow Drop, by which the Dragon Lord's island might once again be brought within reach. Merlin hath gifted me a plan for the holy sanctuary wherein this ancient ritual was first enacted. Take it, Monarch, and complete thy duty. Okay, hopefully that's not very big, because I'm pretty happy with the way things are right now. Okay, it's quite small. Sweet. It might not even be a room. That's quite a thing. Hang on. Yes. I like putting it like this instead then? Well, huh. Alright, what do we need? Foundation, columns, temple tile, stone steps. Always stone. Away. Alright, more stone. Might just end up going a little long tonight to finish the game because we should be pretty close. I definitely don't have 2 hours worth on the next go around, so probably just go a little bit later tonight. I freaking saw dirt on the outside there. Okay, let's go fix that. Temple tile, which we should have. Stairs. Oh, we need pillars. Pillars. That's pretty frustrating, but I think I know where some is. Alright, to use the last of my wrecking balls. Hopefully there's 3 pieces here. Yes. Nice. Okay. See you later. I guess we can at least make the hallway into a teleportarium. Okay. Anybody make anything fun? No. Yep, that tracks. That tracks. Actually. Try to be prepared. Oh, we're almost out of food. Okay. They really don't want me getting work done. Come on, idiots. Okay. So we need some more stairs, and I'm gonna fix the floor there. There we go. Nope, before anything else, you know what we have to do. I'll do it this way if I have to. Walls must be 3 high. I don't care if y'all are on the altar. That's fine. Did it. Okay. Do the thing. But first, sleepy time. Alright. Take that. Nice. Alright, let's save. Congratulations, Monarch. Thy duty as builder of Alfgard is fulfilled. The ancient altar is rebuilt, as are the Rainbow Drop, the Sword of Kings, and the Auroral Armor. All is in place for the day of the Dragonlord's destruction, and it cannot come soon enough. Monarch, my child, I am so very proud of you. You have fulfilled every one of the weighty responsibilities that I bestowed upon your young shoulders. It has been a long and arduous journey, but you have at last achieved your goal. Just as your distant ancestor, a warrior named Erdrick, achieved his. Though fate did not grant you your ancestor's strength of arms, you were blessed instead with the power of creation. I searched far and wide for one such as you, who could clear the Dragonlord's curse and bring back the light to the benighted land of Alfgard.
At long last I found you, slumped in a shallow grave beneath the crumbling ruins of Cantlin. But alas, I was too late. All that remained of your inestimable being was a cold and lifeless corpse, lately slain by the rampaging monsters. And so I breathed what vital forces I could muster into your battered body and brought you back into the land of the living. Monarch, my child, I still remember what you said to me in Cantlin before your building work began in earnest. You told me that you just wanted to build things, not to fight the monsters. And yet you have fought so hard to make it this far. Monarch, my child, your sacred duty is fulfilled. The power that I bestowed upon you will soon fade. But do not fear, you will not lose everything. If you conserve what little vital energy remains within you, a long and happy life can yet be yours. From now on, you can live in peace and build to your heart's content, just as you always wished. Scareroot. Oh, nice. So we can make some Yggdrasil dew then? Oh, no. Eek. Why doth the ground quiver so? Monarch, help me, Monarch. Nah, I'm gonna go use this Scareroot that I just got. This one. Because we are gonna need that, probably. Oh, Monarch, I have the most terrible news. The Dragon Lord hath learned of thy successes, and his dark armies march on Tanticle even as we speak. Monarch, I have thought long and hard about this matter, and I have discussed it with those in thy fellowship. And we have all come to the same conclusion. There is none other but thou who can defeat the Dragon Lord and save our world from his unholy reign. Please, Monarch, I beg thee, drive back the monstrous forces that close on this castle, then do away with the Dragon Lord once and for all. Rubus, excuse me? No, Monarch, do not follow that path. As I have told you many times before, you are not a hero. It is not for you to defeat the Dragon Lord. And what is more, should you go against my guidance and challenge the Dragon Lord, what little life remains within you will surely be expended. Even if by some miracle you were to emerge victorious, you would not survive to taste the fruits of your triumph. Listen to me, Monarch. Do not go blindly to your doom, but follow the guidance of your goddess. Monarch, stop daydreaming. The monsters are almost at the gates. I know full well that this is not part of the duty bestowed upon me, and 'tis a daunting and dangerous task. But I prithee, Monarch, nay, I beg thee, use thy powers to defeat the Dragon Lord and save the world from darkness. Yes. ... Foolish child. Do you truly understand the significance of this decision? ... If this is the path you have chosen, then so be it. The role that I allotted unto you is already fulfilled. How you choose to live your life is no longer any concern of mine. You may do as you see fit. Monarch, my child, I will watch over you no more. I roll. Whoa, where'd you go, bud? Hey. Dead. That one guy's having fun. Doink.
Oh no. Please just hit me. Thank you. Hey, nice. You tell those other people what to do. And that their teams are bad. Holy cow. Have you ever seen any of those videos of the guy who just builds like troll teams for randos on Showdown that have like, it's like an all Dunsparce team or an all Ditto team? They're very funny. People get extremely salty. Alright, put that away, put that away. Keep it to one line here, folks. Okay, again. My thanks, Monarch. Thou hast driven back the monster's attack. But I fear that the battle is not over yet. The Dragonlord's armies still surround us. 6 Bidoof? That's excessive. We needs must defend this place if the fiend is ever to be defeated in my kingdom. Monarch, what aileth thee? Never before have I seen thee so weak and wary. Still, I suppose 'tis only natural thou art full fatigued after so arduous an encounter. Do not be overly hasty in rejoining the fray, I prithee. Be sure thy strength is recovered ere thou returnest to the field. Well, my friend, art thou prepared to do battle for Tantegel once more? Yes. Monarch, I thank thee, but please, promise me that thou wilt not overstrain thyself. Oh, I can't open doors. Oh no. Oh no, let me out. Please, 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 please. Come on. Oh. Silly me thinking a door would open for me. Come on. This is very important. Okay. Oh. I was wondering why I had one extra piece. There we go. He's dead now. A Dragron. Zounds. Not L. Dang, this guy got a lot of HP. There we go. Everyone's dead. We did it. My dear friend, I cannot thank thee enough. Again, thou hast delivered us from the monsters. Now that their attacks have at last subsided, all is ready for thee to face thy final challenge. Monarch, it is time. By the holy power of the Rainbow Drop, thou needs must journey to the Dragon Lord's lair. Don the auroral armor and the hero's shield, that thou might be protected against his fearful magics, and take the sword of kings in hand, that thou might strike at the heart of the beast and lay him low. O monarch, I am but a spoiled and simpering princess, who would be as nothing without thine incomparable powers. Even at this late stage, I have not even the words to lend thee courage as thou departest to thy deepest, darkest night. All I can say to thee is this. Go, my dear monarch, and come back. Quest marker. Alright, where are we going? That looks like somewhere I can't get to. Okay. I think it's through a teleportal. What am I doing? Zoom! Zoom! Oh. Huh. Okay. Let's try again. Minecraft Stephanie? I don't know who that is. Where is that? Is it through the original portal? Must be. Oh. Yeah, that wasn't there before. Huh. So can I just use it? Yeah, I know Minecraft Steve. He's in Smash. I just use this. Okay. Oh, so I'm just... Gotcha. I'm there now. I'm up. Hey, we're here. I did the thing. I hope I don't need to go back. So thou art come to meet me at last, monarch. Thou who art blessed with the power of creation. Come to my castle. I await thee there. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Okay. I'm gonna get my car. In my car. I'm absolutely just gonna ignore y'all. Stupid idiots. The car's so dumb. They should not have given this to me. Okay. Examine. The faintest of drafts can be felt coming from behind the throne. Can I break the throne? I cannot. Well, look at that. A hidden staircase. Vroom. Vroom. So, thou art come before me at last, monarch. I am the Dragon Lord, master of masters, king of kings. We are about to finish it, Robotic. How are you doing? I did not anticipate the coming of one such as thee. Thou art no hero. Thou art naught but a flawed and feeble puppet of Rubus, forsaken by thy master. And yet there is a fire in thine eyes. A fearful force burneth within thee. If by weird you mean better, then yes. This power of creation thou wieldst is a terrible thing indeed, as thou knowest full well. Nice. But at least it's the weekend, right? Hopefully we can all recover and recoup and all that jazz. Thou hast seen it with thine own eyes, hast thou not, in Cantlin, Rimildar, Cole, and Gallenholm? In every place, the humans used their powers to rebel against their fate. And brought bad things to themselves. I had no choice but to eliminate that corrupting power. Had I not done so, this world would have been thrown out of balance and fallen into ruin once more. So come, Builder, allow me to eliminate the last vestige of mankind's corruption. Thee. He didn't even offer me half the world. I'm not affected by Fizzle because I can't cast spells. I'm immune to magic because I have a car. Eat car, dingus. No. Doink. Oop, missed him. Boop. Boop. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay, I can't hurt those. They just hurt me. Boop. Boop. Pop. Lol. Ha ha ha. 'Twould seem I underestimated thee. How came a weakling child to wield such power? I have no driver's license, and they built me a tricycle with big old horns on the front of it, so I just that into you 10 times. It's fine. Ah, I see it now. The strength is not thine alone, but that of thy creations. ... 'Tis regrettable indeed that thou shouldst brandish this power against me, for it is feeble in comparison to the true power of my own. Grah! He gonna be a dragon now. He big dragon boy. And Car wins. I don't think Car beats Big Dragon, but Car definitely beats Little Dragon Lord. Hear me, monarch. Before I reveal to thee my true strength, I will make thee an offer, the same as I made unto the last visitor to darken these halls. Join me, and half this world shall be thine. 'Tis an offer few would refuse. Thou art no hero, monarch. Thy part in Rubus's schemes is already ended. Let not thy life be cut short in turn. There's the invitation, exactly. We just had to rough him up a little bit first. Be not afeared. The world I grant unto thee will not be one of darkness. 'Twill be a land of light and liberty, where thou mightst build a kingdom in thine own image. So, monarch, I give thee one last chance. Come, take thy rightful place at my side. Do so, and I will grant unto thee dominion over half this world. What sayest thou? Wilt thou rule beside me? Nah, I'm good, man. Then thou meanst to challenge me. Know, monarch, that if thou failest, the towns and villages that thou hast built upon these lands will be reduced to rubble, and all thy friends and fellows will meet their dooms. Every trace of thine existence will be wiped from the face of the earth. Art thou truly prepared to venture the future of mankind on a battle thou cannot win? Thou wilt have no regrets? So be it. Then come, fool, know thine insignificance. Monarch, my child, can you hear me? Rubus, what is the meaning of this? Monarch, you are not a hero. It was never within your power to defeat the Dragon Lord. However, with the creations you have built and the friends you have made, you can now call upon a power far greater than your own. Go, my child. Together we shall slay the Dragon Lord. Close enough. Lay him low. Ha ha ha! Impertinent wretch! Come, monarch, look upon my true power and despair. Rah! Dragon Lord. There he be. His terrifying true form, the Dragon Lord. Now my card doesn't work. No, my items. A friend. Oh, he gives me the shield. Okay. Ah! Okay, they should all be pretty much in places that work. Get him! Okay. I don't know about that, but okay. Really? Okay. Get him. Okay. What's he gonna do? His minions? Oop. Nice try. Builder, heal thyself. Come back over here and fight me. Oh. Don't know how high I have to be. That high, apparently. How can I attack him from so far away? Come on. There we go. No. Shoot. Car can't save me now, it's so true. Okay, he does not appear to be taking damage when I do that to him. Yeah. A burger? Oh, right, I don't have my thing. He's nearly defeated. Dang. Oh. There we go. Bunny Burger! They did nerf the cannons, yeah, a little bit. But it doesn't matter, because we're the greatest. Yeah. Monarch, my child, you have done well. The Dragon Lord is no more. From the dawn of time, the Dragon Lord and I have sought to intercede in the eternal struggle between mankind and the monsters. For aeons I have... What? We should forget about the old fairy stories for now and concentrate on clearing away the darkness? Yes. Perhaps you are right. Go forth, my child, and reconstruct the sphere of light. Build. Build, 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 build. Dum-ba-da-da! Dink. Monarch rebuilds the sphere of light. Well done, my child. Now, Monarch, raise the sphere of light to the heavens and clear away the darkness. Da-na-na-na. I might not get the car back, yeah. That's alright. Hey, the sun! The light returns to Alethgard. Monarch, I am so very proud of you. You have made this land of Alethgard live again. Monarch, my child. That you were able to defeat the Dragon Lord is due to all that you have built, both your creations and your bonds of friendship. Though this was not the outcome I had anticipated, I thank you, from the bottom of my heart, for proving me wrong. Ah, but Monarch, what is the matter? Are you alright? Nah, I'm dead. Oh, my poor child. Come back to me, Monarch. Oh, okay, no, I'm not dead, never mind. I fear that my prediction was true. The vital energies that I breathed into you are nigh exhausted. Your body will soon relinquish its grip on your soul. I did beat the game, yes. I always knew that this would happen. It was never for you to defeat the Dragon Lord. Pardon? What did you say? You picked this path yourself, so I shouldn't sweat it? Ha ha ha. Oh, Monarch, you always did have a way with words. In all honesty, it seems you have not changed since the very moment we met. Monarch, my child, there is one thing that I often wonder. Why did the hero who came before you accept the Dragon Lord's offer? I cannot claim to fully comprehend the human mind, and yet it seems to me that this, too, was a very human choice. But let us not dwell on the past. Come, Monarch, your triumphant homecoming is at hand. Let us return to Tantegel, where all your friends await you. I will tell the princess of your condition. Though you have but little life remaining, it should be enough. Ba-na-na-na! Pew! Donk. Oh, my dear brave monarch, thou hast defeated the Dragon Lord and restored the light up to this benighted realm. Why does it remind you of Persona? That's not one I've heard before. But at what price? Rubus told me what fate is to befall thee. She did say that thine energies are nigh exhausted, and thy mortal body will soon give up the ghost. And also that thou repentest not thy decision. O monarch, throughout my cosseted girlhood, oft did I dream of the hero who would deliver my kingdom from the Dragon Lord. Perhaps. I've only ever played Persona 5, so it could, maybe some of the other ones are a little different. I must admit, thou art somewhat different to the man I imagined. And yet, ... O monarch, I've been waiting, or we have all been waiting and praying for thy safe return. I'm sure everyone else is as eager to congratulate you as I am. Neglect them not, I prithee. When thou art ready, I bid thee speak with me again, mayhap for a final time. Monarch, do you remember that we spoke before about a certain matter that was bothering me? I simply couldn't imagine why the scion of the legendary hero would say yes to the Dragon Lord's offer. Oh, and then you die. I've been mulling it over for some time now, and I think I finally hit on a possible explanation. It all fell into place when I saw you fly off to fight the Dragon Lord. As the descendant of the mythical hero, that warrior must have spent his whole life being heralded as a savior by everyone around him. From the moment of his birth, his path in life was already plotted out. He never had a chance to make a decision for himself, until the Dragon Lord presented him with one. If I had been put in the same situation, I know what I'd be thinking. I'd be wondering what would happen if I said yes. I don't think he actually wanted to rule over half the world, you know. I think he was just curious to see what would happen if he did the unexpected. It may have been a truly disastrous decision, but I understand why he might have made it. Yeah, the implication is that the last player to play the game accepted the Dragon Lord's offer and messed everything up. Teehee. It was the only time he went against his sacred duty in his whole life. Compared to you, Monarch, he was an absolute saint. Monarch, my friend, after you left Cantlin, I returned to my studies and finished reading the Cantlin Chronicle from cover to cover. And on the very last page, I made a very interesting discovery. It would seem that you yourself are a man-made creation. After the Dragon Lord snatched the light from the sky and took away their power to build, the people of Alefgard had truly hit rock bottom. Each and every one of them prayed for the day that a hero would come to rebuild their ruined world. As the years went by, this longing turned to legend, and the people began to wait for what they believed was the long-destined birth of the Builder. And so, benevolent Rubis listened to her children's pleas and granted you the life and the power that you have today. She made you the builder that Alefgard had been waiting for so long. Well, Monarch, isn't that the perfect tale with which to end your adventures? And engagingly told, too, even if I do say so myself. I knew that reading all 200,000 pages of the Cantlin Chronicle would pay off. Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! He just runs off, okay. Watcha, Monarch. This world we're living in now, it is the way it is because some witless wonder said yes to the Dragon Lord's offer, right? Well, that reminds me of something Galileo used to say. Yeah, it's a lot of pages. With every choice we make, a new possibility is born, and the universe expands. Which means there's another possible world out there where the Dragon Lord got walloped the first time round. Compared to that one, our world took a bit of a beating on its way to finding peace again. But I'm kind of glad it did. After all, if it hadn't, I'd never have gotten to meet you. Alright, I'm not... Well, where's my monster guy? Is it this guy? Thanks for clearing away the darkness, Slurp, Monarch. I don't mean to rain on your parade, but even though you got rid of the Dragon Lord, it's only a matter of time before another one shows up and another one after that. The war between the monsters and the humans isn't over just yet. Okay. Ah, Monarch, hast thou spoken to all thy friends? I sure have, and not Merlin, because he sucks. I know not if they did reveal it to thee, but we have prepared a small banquet to celebrate the light returning to our world. Well, my friend, shall we begin the celebrations? Let's do it. Monarch, my dear friend, for defeating the Dragon Lord and restoring the light to my kingdom, I am eternally thankful. If it were not for thee and thy building abilities, this world would still be shrouded in darkness. My dear Monarch, thou art not the hero chosen by the Almighty Goddess, nor art thou the hero I did call to mind in my girlish daydreams. However, though it may seem trite, I believe this to be true. One doth not perform heroic deeds because one is a hero. One becometh a hero by performing heroic deeds. That is why, to me, nay, to all of us, thou art a hero above all others. Monarch, my friend, Rubis did tell me what is to become of thee. Thou wilt soon disappear from this place, and there is naught that can be done to prevent it. Alright, take it easy, Robotic. Thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you later. But if we pray for it with all of our hearts, I know that we shall meet again. Come, Monarch, let us begin the feast. We shall celebrate Alefgard's long-awaited revival, together. Confetti! Yay! Woo! Somebody has to pick all that up. Congratulations, thou hast restored peace unto the world, but there are many roads yet to travel. May the light shine upon thee. I did it. Alright.
Big yawns. I don't think I can skip this, so.
And I don't remember if there's stuff after this, so hopefully it's not a very long cutscene or credit scene. Art Dink.
Hi, doggies.
I don't know why they're both in here with me.
It's hard to complain.
I can't believe they only had 2 testers for this entire game. That's a last name. Schlichting? My goodness. Oh, here's some more QA. Okay. The entire QA staff. Oh, there's more testers. They're a big studio, man. It's no Final Fantasy, but Dragon Quest is still quite the franchise. Not as much over here in America, but over there, Dragon Quest is a big. Community and service. And all the support staff. Alright, should be getting some different names now. There we go. David McMeekin. Tanya Duvernay. Eric Jamskiofs. Alright, man, take it easy. Thanks for hanging out tonight. We'll catch you next time. I'm just gonna read the weird names that I see. Gaetano Fabosi and Francesca Pezzoli. Flavio Bonfiglio. Tracy Leegleg. Mark Tytheridge. Kanjio Romeo Tashihiro. Yolanda Vandenbolk. Ryan Arbogast. Hytham. His name. Hey, look, it runs in Cryware. Should be just about done here. Come on, I want to see the ending screen to see what extra challenges I did or didn't do. Squeenix! A. Start. There it goes. Blink, blink. Morning, boss. Had a nice night, did ya? You was hammering away in your sleep, with a massive grin plastered over your mug. What were you dreaming about this time? You weren't dreaming. Likely story. Even your little legs were going like the clappers. Pfft. Trust my luck working for a gaffer who's gone soft in the head. Talking about work. Let's get back to it, eh? This place ain't gonna build itself. Honestly, whose bright idea was it to rebuild Tanticle Castle and Tanticle Town into one enormous city? Yeah, Dragon Quest II, whose idea was that? You're the only one in Alfgard who can do it, boss. We're all counting on you. Come on then, boss. Let's get building. The new apprentices can't wait to see the way you stack up them blocks. Stack, stack. Core blimey, feast your eyes on that, lads. That's how a proper builder does it. Just wait till we get started on the castle across the sea, eh? By the time we're done with it, it'll be blinking gorgeous. You know what, boss? You ain't no normal builder. You're a builder with a capital B. My thanks. The world continues to turn, and the legend of the builder lives on. Finn. Come on, give me those objectives. There we go. Did it. You gotta do that one. Interesting. So we did not do everything. Show a verdant vision to a certain someone. Interesting. So I wonder if there's a slime on the island after you rainbow drop over there, and you have to combine them all. Defeating the Dragon Lord without the armor is not easy. You take a lot of damage when you do that. Sword of Ruin. Oh yeah, because we couldn't get into the fortress blocks. So how do we? Interesting. There's definitely some questions that I have. But that is not for now, or really ever. That will complete our playthrough. As this is just a casual playthrough of Dragon Quest Builders. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I certainly did. I really enjoy these games, and I can't wait to start Dragon Quest Builders 2 next Friday. So, until then, I will talk to y'all later, and hope y'all have a good weekend. Bye-bye.